Hey, I made it. Only 2 minutes late. 2 minutes late. I'm AC. This is Dank RC's Wednesday workshop, and we have with us today the entire finished and maidened Flerken. So that's the first thing I'm going to talk about. Hi, Robert. I think you're here maybe. You lulled earlier. Lull about me being on time, which is lull worthy. So first let me just say that I have over on the screen desktop center. Do I have that on my buttons? I do. Switch there real quick. That is the Black Box Explorer app, the iNav Black Box Explorer app, rendering the video that I was hoping would be done in time for this, but it is not. Sadly, 20 more minutes. We'll see if I can ramble on or talk for 20 more minutes. It's supposed to be for 2 hours, so we'll see. I haven't figured out what we're gonna do. But I have figured out that the first thing I was gonna do was talk about the Flerken and go over the Flerken a little bit, since I spent an enormous amount of time. So I did the maiden. It flew. It does fly at its all-up weight of, oh my gosh, what is it? I can't see it from here. Hold on. All-up weight of 1,130 grams. 1,130 grams with a run cam thumb on the side and a Tattoo 2300 4S battery, of which I have 3 more of these on the way after I broke one on a live stream on the floor right there. Ah, you're still here, great. Flerken looks to be in one piece. Yes, it is. So what do I have to say about it? Well, the first thing is we are going to hook it up to the professor here and do some things that I should have done that I forgot to do at the beginning. So everything's set up right as far as I can tell, except for the rates. I usually up the rates on wings like this to, I know, crazy probably, but 300 degrees per second, because it can do 300 degrees per second easily. A second is a long time in the air when you think about it. So Robert, you're still here maybe. I almost put this on Facebook and we might have had some company, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 more people, but I'm still too anxious to do. I have my swag though, official swag. I saw the post on Facebook that said I haven't been on Facebook in months, so I went on recently, like starting a week ago, starting watching the posts on this group on Facebook, the iNav Fixed Wing group. Anyway, and I was gonna kind of do some posts and advertise this live stream, but I didn't. Let people hear about it from word of mouth, I guess, for a while, because it's just you and me, I think, right now, and that's fine with me. So anyway, how did it fly? It flew mushy, is what I can say. So that's one of the first things I have to do, is up the rates. The other thing that I think happened was that what was I going to say? Well, first of all, the video is sketchy. The video is super sketch. So I don't know. I'm going to also change. It has the setting of low power at until first arm or something like that. Maybe it's because of this antenna, and there's nothing but foam board in here basically, and maybe the wires for the lights that are sticking, they're kind of just in there. You can almost hear them jiggling around. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know, but the video was not good. And if we had the Black Box Explorer thing finished rendering, maybe we could look at it. We can probably still look at it because I can look at the video and VLC, maybe. Okay, so the video was sketchy, so I was afraid to go too far away or do things, anything really. I mean, it looked fine when I looked at it on the DVR. But so maybe maybe there's something with my goggles and the goggle module. I don't know. I have to look into that. But so the handling of it was not good. So it needs to be tuned. I need to tune it. So I set up auto tune on the last very final stream before I took it on its maiden. And I had the auto tune kind of OSD that showed all the PIDs and stuff. And I think if we ever get to the black box, we can look at that. Okay, Robert, I just watched Bonafide Pirate's video too. First of all, I'm glad you brought it up. So I'm going to totally go on a tangent about that. His video is amazing. It's amazing. It's perfectly crisp and clear on the DVR. Now, I don't know how my DVR looks too much because, like I said, I just dumped it into the Black Box Explorer. I tried to sync up the log and the video, and I sent it on its way to export because was I prepared? Should I have done this yesterday, day before that? Yes, I should have, but I didn't. So I did it today after work, and it's anyway. So on Bonafide Pirate's video, his video is excellent. It's excellent quality, and all he has is that stubby antenna, like you just said. So I'm thinking there's something wrong with my setup with the video, or the power never went to higher power, or something. He went out, yes, I know, 3.4 miles to the river. That's a nice video, by the way, Bonafide Pirate. I mean, that's a real YouTuber. So I have footage of me launching this, and of course, not like Bonafide Pirate. My videos are like somebody that I watched it. Oh, that was what's his name who just did the video on OpenHD. I can't think of his name, the British guy. Anyway, he did an auto launch of his plane, and he had the framing right on his video. Did I? No, I had two cameras on. One camera is off by this much, and one camera's off by that much. But you can see in your goggles. Okay, well, I need to turn that on. I need to get that figured out because I don't have that set up. And I know you can. Okay, the other thing is that I don't understand the power levels in iNav. So do I just say 5 and automatically get the highest power level? What if my VTX only has 4 power levels? I should see what the power levels are. Okay, so the main issue critically was video in my goggles. Again, I don't know how it looked in the DVR. So if it looks good in the PowerPlay DVR, I'm not talking about the Fat Shark DVR. I'm talking about I have a separate like ground station with a PowerPlay DVR. This is my ground station right here. It's right here. I can show it off. Very not fancy at all. This is it. Don't knock the battery on the floor. So it has a PowerPlay, and this module that this thing, the wind blew it over onto the concrete, excuse me, and the buttons are broken off. So it's stuck wherever it is on my station that I have all my craft on, which is Race 3. It's got a little mount on the back to go on the tripod. And additionally, optionally, I can plug this into this power module down here on the bottom. Where is it? Right there. And then that will fire up this monitor if I wanted a larger monitor. So, and this is just some cheap ass Hobby King Quantum. I gotta replace it with a better module, especially since I can't use the buttons anymore. Anyway, so the DVR often looks better than what I see in my goggles because the DVR produces, that PowerPlay produces some pretty nice video. Okay. Curie Kitten, thank you, yes. So, Yeah, Curie Kitten. I just watched one of his videos too about OpenHD and the trials and tribulations that he's gone through. I like the concept of OpenHD because it's like open source and like uses kind of off the shelf sort of hardware. That is amazing, and I think probably in a few years it'll get there. I need this to plug in the professor. Okay, so what was the main thing I was going to say? Oh, so the auto tune didn't seem to engage. In other words, I flipped the auto. I had it in acro mode. I flipped the auto tune on. Now, first, let me qualify this in saying that I've never successfully tuned a plane before once in my whole life. So like I am not bona fide pirate. I mean, back to that video, his plane is smooth as silk. His video is crystal clear. His the HD video is stabilized and looks beautiful. I don't know. I'm not that. I know I'm not that. I'm doing the best I can. I'll never. And also, let me just say this, going back, way back, it's like to 2016, 2015, 2014 even maybe, I think. I got to look at my purchases. I made my first Hobby King purchase in 2014 to buy a bunch of stuff. Motors and ESCs to make a quad out of wood. And Bonafide Pirate was one of the videos that I was watching with the airplane with, I probably had Arju plane or the Vector or something, and he had the pan tilt and he had the OSD, and I was like, that's it, you know, and building something like this totally was my goal back then, inspired by Bonafide Pirate and other, you know, YouTubers like that. But certainly him, he was like, I was totally like, wow, you can do this. Anyway. Oh, and thank you. Reverse video and see how long he's been doing it. Yeah, I know. He's probably been doing it, way long time. Anyway, thank you, by the way. I'm doing better than I used to, but I still have a long way to go. I really haven't. Be honest here, I kind of got to a point where, like, I built these arrows, these things. This is like the third or fourth one that I've actually built, but maybe fifth, maybe sixth, who knows? I don't know. I've lost track. And then I never really even tuned this. This thing is on 2.2.1, INAV 2.2.1. It flies good enough for somebody like me. Now, would Bonafide Pirate be happy with it? Hell no, he wouldn't. He would get it tuned and flying like amazing. And so this plane is kind of like the first plane that I'm going to actually try to do that with. Get it tuned, get it flying well. I'm sad about all my camera choices, my camera switcher thing, and the pass-through, servo pass-through. Sad about that's not happening, but anyway, so I was just going to go over just quickly make sure that I had gone over the stuff on the plane. What my notes I made were. So I'm going to come over here for a second and okay. Why did I do this mod? Because I wanted a more robust front end and I wanted the hatches, and I've gone over that on several videos. And oh, I'm going to go back and go on another tangent. So what my plan is the live streams are a joke that I did on this. They're terrible. So, I mean, like, I know that the Wednesday ones, I guess I don't know what I'm gonna do, if I'm gonna keep those up or not, but I am taking them all and cutting them into bits that are like, have important bits. There's probably, out of 25 hours, there's probably like 2 minutes of important bits, and maybe going through the INAV stuff. and then that's it. And like kind of try to do a build video like I sort of did with the spear, but maybe a little bit better, and it might be in a couple parts. I don't know. But I've got all the videos loaded in and divided up by where they came from, and I've got them loaded into a timeline and started playing with it a little bit, but in DaVinci Resolve. But so I am going to get rid of that like 9-hour live stream, and there's the tons of my head in the camera, and oh, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's like watching grass grow. It's like terrible. So I'm going to try to edit that down into something that's meaningful about how I got to, why I built this plane, and why I put these silly hatches in, and what troubles I had with the flight controller, things like that. Okay, so plane. I've been babbling now, babbling for a long time. So we're going to get the professor hooked up here, and we are going to look at iNav configurator and see where I think why the plane is so mushy in the first place. Because even though if it's not tuned, it really shouldn't be super, super mushy like it was. I mean, I could fly it, and I did I did one roll, and then I was going to go to that part in the Black Box Explorer video if it finished rendering. Let's check on that. Hold on. Give me 1 second here. Give me one. Oh, I can almost see the computer. There we go. Oh, it's getting close. 5 minutes. I've been babbling so long that it's almost done. Yeah, it's almost done rendering. So we'll take a look at that. I don't think I have it perfectly synced up because I think it's like a half a second off, or a little less than half a second, but I gotta think while I type my password. That's how my brain is. Okay, so yeah, what are we going to do? The iNav 5.1 configurator is what we're going to do. And if that starts properly. Oh, it's starting. And then we can switch to the laptop on the screen here. If I remember if I got these memorized, they're not in any popular order, my numbering system. Okay, so we can plug this in, and I can show you where I think, how was the speed? Oh, okay. So let's go back to talking about, I am not good at this. Like I said, I am not bona fide pirate. I apologize. But anyway, I think it's very efficient. And the speed it's a fast plane for what I expected. So it was certainly doing it's way faster than the Arrow, which may seem weird because that's a smaller, lighter plane, but this is faster, and it's got the much better motor combination, motor prop, ESC, weight ratio, thrust combination than that thing does, the Arrow. The Arrow is got too small of motor that's overpropped. It's got a 2208. I think it's a fake motor. It's a fake Sunny Sky, because I've never seen this motor on Sunny Sky's website. It's a 2208S. You have to remember it's responsive at 600G and mushy. No, okay. I don't think it's mushy because it's 1100 grams. I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. But I don't think that's why it's mushy. I think we're gonna go. Okay, I gotta stay on the tangent. So I'm on so many tangents. The Arrow is not motor propped right, and it's very inefficient, and it uses a lot of amps to do like 80 kilometers an hour. This thing, and we'll see it on the OSD, I think, when the Black Box Explorer thing is done, is that it's much more efficient. It does 80 kilometers an hour at 5 amps, and I know this is 4S, so it's still different, but that one's 3S. Anyway, I think it's fast. Fast for me. Fast for me is like, I wish I could learn how to slow it down. Like, I needed to slow it down a little bit more when I landed it, although the landing was okay. Okay, so let's go back to the laptop. And it's working. Okay, so the mushiness, I think, is because of this. First, I need to fix this. Rates and Expo. Right here. So this I set to 300 degrees per second. That's what, and the pitch rate is 180 degrees per second. Excuse me for yelling. Yaw rate doesn't matter. Roll pitch Expo. Yaw Expo. Max roll angle. These are in the auto level modes, right? And angle modes, I mean, yeah, that's the auto level. I call it angle auto level. Heading, hold. Manual roll rate, 100%. Right. That just lets it go. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, let's save that. So, another thing that's hilarious, I gotta say, I gotta go on another tangent. But there's video, I have like a GoPro pointed at me in the chair flying this thing. And my girlfriend laughs and thought it was funny, and cute, that I was cute. But anyway, I am so anxious when I maiden the plane. Like, when I fly the Arrow, I just walk up and chuck it in the air and go sit down. It's fine. But when I did this one, I was like, you could see my chest heaving up and down, like after I sat down in the chair. And I'm, even though I knew I had 15 seconds and it was launching perfectly, I'm like running back to my chair. It's hilarious. It's just hilarious. And that'll all be in the video that I edit. Okay, so I get your point. 1,100 grams is going to be mushier, but that plane, that Arrow, is way too heavy for its specification, I guess. How do you say it? How would you say it? Everybody laughs at my planes, but they don't break when they crash. So, okay. So I think that's what I need to do. Switch back to there. Is up these roll rates, and then it won't be so mushy. The next thing I have to look at, and I think I have to get the radio out, is the modes. Because I just didn't think it went into auto tune. So let's get the radio's already let's get the radio out. The tail will, I think there's only one thing I could have done wrong to not get the auto tune mode, and that is that I've said this on the live stream before, but I didn't put my radio away properly. Shame on me. This radio, I mean, I gotta retire this thing. It's close to my heart, though. This is my very first real radio, and I did so many things to it. Okay, let's see what model it's on, because there's two models that might. Oh, it's on the right one. Okay, so this is the auto tune. Oh, let's go. So when I was flying it, I had it in acro mode. No, it's in acro mode. You can tell by the blue acro down here. And then I flip the switch and lights off. I don't have the verbal cues for auto tune. And I also haven't set up the iNav telemetry, the iNav Lewis script and telemetry and all that on this model, which I need to do. Okay, so there's plenty to do. So why is that?
Lights on. Lights off.
Oh, and the LED's off isn't the right. Why do I want LEDs off when I have the, I don't know, just a way to, I can't, I'm going to have to do something else with the LEDs. Here, let's do that. Let's put them over there. Let's stretch that out to over there. And then save. And then auto tune should be off. Yep. Okay.
Lights off. Lights
There.
on. Lights off.
There. I haven't set any other modes. Okay, good. That's how we want it. I think I saved it. Yep. Okay, so I have auto tune. I have two of them, Arthur. I'll never get rid of them. Plus, I have my TX16 and Zorro. Yeah, I have three of them. I have three of these, but this one is the original. It's not even the plus. This one is total old school. The other ones are pluses. The other two I have are pluses. So basically what my plan is with those, Robert, is to, one of them is going to get the module, and all the models I'll copy over to it, and the gimbals. I've got the Hall effect gimbals in this one. Oh, and I've also finally, after all these years, I hate these stick ends. I hate these stick ends. When I'm flying a plane like this, a maiden, and I'm all nervous, I mean, I almost cut my thumbs on them. So I'm going to try some other stick ends that are like a big butterfly or something, lotus flower. I can't remember what they're called. Okay, so what are we going to do? We did the rates. We've checked auto tune. So what did I do? Why didn't it go into auto tune? The reason I don't think it went into auto tune, oh, is the Black Box Explorer done? We can look at it. Okay, that's what we're going to do. Oh. Let me just make sure.
14 minutes.
Yeah, this definitely, let me turn this off. It's definitely the one I wanted. Okay, oh, the other thing I wanted to check was the reticle. I'm not sure I have the iNav radar turned on right. So, where is the reticle? It's got to be type 6. Oh, isn't there supposed to be a type? No, that's the wrong thing. Reticle type. Crosshair style. Type 6. I think that's what we were supposed to do. Save that. Okay. So I have to look at the iNav radar, or ESP32 radar as it's called now. Okay. Switch indicator settings. I wonder what these things are. I don't know. Okay. Oh, I bet you I know what they are. They give you an indicator on the OSD. Why do we have, I don't know. Maybe I don't know what they are. Okay. That's good. We did the reticle. Let's save that. Change the reticle. Where's the reticle on the other ones? Do I have it on the other one? Alternative layout 1. I should put the reticle on that too. Crosshairs. Crosshairs. Search. Oh, they did put a search in. I bet you that's Darren Lines. He did this. He did this. Excellent. I don't really know for sure he did it, but I'm going to guess he did. Oh, and the other thing I want is the fly mode and system messages on the OSD screen. So let's go back to that. OSD, I mean on the auto tune screen, and then let's turn on system messages and fly mode. There we go. Okay. Now, oh, and you talked about putting the VTX stuff on the screen. That's here. Default layout. Oh, I got to fix the VTX that too. I'm going to turn that low power thing off just in case it's not working right. Because who knows? Oh, I didn't have the wrong screen on. Who knows? Now I got to go back to the screen. Who knows if this Racer Star is totally sending the right commands to... I don't know. It wouldn't have to do with the flight controller brand. I just can't believe it. But I don't know. It just didn't seem like the video went to full power. So I got to get that sorted out. The video wasn't like Bonafide Pirates video. It's just not like that. It's like, we'll look at it here in a minute. I don't think there's going to be any audio though, so you won't be able to hear when it goes. Okay, I am looking for the VTX power and channel. Video, band, and channel. There, that's what you're talking about, right? Where was that? Where's the power? Oh, right there. VTX TX power level. Okay. We're going to put that one more up there. And this guy is a monster. Guess we'll put it down here. Guess we should put this on top of it. Down over here. Let's do that. One more line down. Oh, it's so big it won't even do it. Okay, that's weird. Oh, I don't have the right screen on again. And they quit making the Racer Star. Yeah. Oh, I should go over why, since I'm on so many tangents. Okay, let me just see if I can get this moved down one line first. Right there. Will it go? Yep. Okay, there we go. Save. That's what you were talking about, right, Robert? Darren has a video on dynamic rates in the VTX. It'll turn up by itself. Of course he does. Because I love his videos. I like his thumbnails too that he makes. Okay. So we did I had my checklist and I've lost it, of course. We did the rates. We did okay, so you're saying that it works just fine. So this setting here, which is this setting down here, use low, oh, turn it back on. I can't get this straight. See, that's why I didn't advertise on Facebook. Make a fool of myself in front of 4 people instead of 2 or 1. Robert, you're used to me being a fool, so that's okay. I'm comfortable with you being a fool in front of you. Well, if you might be gone because it says there's nobody watching right now. Okay, race band channel 3, power level 5. So I don't know how to use this power level thing. That's another issue. I don't know how to do it. I need to do some reading and research and watching Darren Lines' videos and look on the iNav wiki and look at the code. Sometimes you can just figure it out by looking at the code. Okay, I'm not going to do continuously trim servos yet either. I'm not ready for that. Just not ready. Okay, save and reboot. I don't think I changed anything, but we're doing that anyway. So yes, now I will go on a tangent about the Racer Star video, the Racer Star flight controller, and go back to this. The reason I loved, and I thought I loved the idea of the Racer Star flight controller, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying that the pass-through issue that I'm having is the fault of the flight controller. It's probably the fault of me. I'm probably missing something. And I will put that in my video, which I will put on the advertise. I will make a post on the Facebook iNav fixed wing group about that video when I release it, because my Spear video got like over 1,000 views in the first week or something. That was like the only video that I've ever done that had that many views like that. And it was probably because I put it on Facebook. Anyway, what was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought, as usual. I've lost my train of thought. Oh, the flight controller. I will watch Darren's video for sure. So the reason I bought this flight controller and that I liked it, and I'm going to try to switch to that camera so we can show it off. There it is in there, buried in there. There it is. The reason I like it is because of the SD card. That's very handy to have that SD card, have your black box log. And look, I can just pop it out and I can have a black box log, and we're going to look at that in a minute. I have only one other plane with a black box log, and that plane is crashed over there in a big pile, and that's for another Workshop Wednesday. So the other reason is because the small form factor. It's basically the same size as a F411 WSE, although it is 3 boards high. It's got 3 boards, 1, 2, and there's one on the, maybe it doesn't have, yeah, it's got 3 boards. I'm almost positive it's got 3 boards. I've got another one, I could pull it out. So the other reason is, and this reason is the one that failed me totally, you can put an SD card on any controller. Yes and no. And I'll explain that in a minute if I remember. But I want to finish talking about this. The other thing is the servo ports. See, this servo port right there is what goes to the camera switcher, which is buried under here. But the camera switcher was not getting any signal, as Robert knows already, because I've talked about it. It was on the stream for like 3 hours trying to figure it out. Maybe you weren't watching through that whole thing, but if you weren't, you lucked out. Anyway, so none of these I can get to work. So that is the failing of me, hopefully, and not the flight controller. But that's why I like the Racer Star. Now, going back to what you just said, Robert, it's not well worth watching Darren's video, but that's true too. What you just said about putting an SD card on it, I have 2 of those little open log SD card modules. Is that what you're talking about? Probably. The reason I can't use those is because of the reason that this flight controller that I was trying to get, I have these. I have a bunch of these little F411 WSEs, and I probably better use them because they're going to be obsolete like a year ago. So these do not have enough UARTs. There's not enough UARTs. That's why I can't use iNav radar with it. That's why I can't use, I'm not yelling at you, I'm yelling at the world of the F411 WSE. So it's probably the F411 chip from ST that's the problem, right? It doesn't have enough UART ports on the chip pins. That's what I'm guessing. That's why there's the UART limitation on these flight controllers. So you only have 2 UARTs and a soft serial, and maybe somehow finagling almost 2 soft serials, but not if you're using S-Bus. So it's a mess. So then what are your other choices? Well, your other choices are to get not the Maytech CRF converter. Oh, although I just watched it, I have one of these. and RC Video Reviews, who you just said his name is John. I'm going to learn all these people's names because of you, Robert. There's North 49 RC is Chris, and the guy who just did the video on this thing, maybe a variant of this thing, is John, RC Video Reviews, right. And this is a RunCam control adapter. Also needs a UART. Things need UARTs. Oh, so my choice is to go to a full-fledged flight controller that costs $100. So, and it's a Maytech instead of a Racer Star. So I've got these, and these have enough UARTs, and they have certainly servo ports. So maybe the next Flerken, because, okay, I've got to build a Flerken with 3 cameras and a camera switcher. This one might have a camera switcher built in. I don't know, but I'm going to build one with my 3 Caddx Ant cameras or whatever. I want my camera switcher, darn it. I use soft serial and motor 5 and 6. Well, one of these days I guess I gotta look at that, Robert. Because I don't understand how that's going to work. Excuse me, I have to drink. I don't understand how that's going to work. But, okay. So that, I talked about the mushiness of it. What I like about the plane, especially compared to all the other planes that I've built, this thing has a glide. It glides like you power off and it does not sink. So that alone tells me what your comment about, oh, you can use LEDs as soft serial too. Oh, that means I've got to turn off, not have lights though. You know, my lights, my addiction to lights and side-facing view cameras. I agree. You can. I can figure out how to do those things. I guess the point is number one, you probably figured this out. I'm kind of lazy. I want the easy way. Even though I make things hard for myself, like because I put lights in and I made the fuselage building kind of harder. I make things hard for myself, but I'm lazy. Like I didn't want a big giant thing in the front of this plane to pull off and pull on and to break and to have to make all the time. So I had to redesign the whole plane. Is it lazy? Yeah, I'm calling it lazy because I didn't want to have to do that thing. I just wanted the hatch. So that was my laziness. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know what I'm saying. Anyway, so the plane, going back to the plane, before I get to the Black Box Explorer, the plane flies better. That's why I think it will fly like it will be nimble. We will tune it and it will be nimble. It will be nimble, it will be quick, it will not be mushy. I do not want mushy. Even my giant plane over there, the Flight Test Explorer twin with the carbon fiber boom, the giant, you know what? That's like a He-Wing T1 Ranger. That's my own version of a double size He-Wing T1 Ranger, and I was 3 years ahead of that plane. How about that? I am ahead of my time. Anyway, that plane is overweight, underpowered, horribly built by me, and it is way nimbler than this thing over here right now. So that's why I'm saying up the rates. We fixed it. We'll test it out in a couple days, and we are going to try the auto tune again. We'll get to that. Let's go to the Black Box Explorer. Let's move along to the Black Box Explorer. That is going to be this one. Let's see if we can. 20,000 frames in 1 hour. Oh, this is so slow. Okay. We can watch it on here for a second. I want to go over this Explorer for a minute here. Most of the time when those planes crash, they're not worth putting back together. Yeah, that's true. They aren't. And then I can, my planes, my own planes, I can put back together and fix. That's the good thing. Well, okay, so this black box Explorer, I'll help it rendered like this and not with that thing there. I don't know how. Okay, let's find out. Let's go to our. Oh, okay. First, you want to laugh. I'll entertain you for a second. I've got a couple videos here that I sent to my girl here. Where is it? Yeah, let's do. Here, which one is it? Oh, this is the GoPro one. Oh yeah, Note 9. Okay, first we'll do this one. Now, do we have desktop video? Do I have volume? I'm not sure. We shall see in a minute here. Okay, so here's the camera that doesn't get the plane launching because it goes right out of frame in half a second. See how fast it goes up, and then look at me running. Okay, that's that video. Then there is this video here. Where is it? Is it this one? Why do I have two of them? And so this is right. So here is from the GoPro view. And I just want to show you so you can see my chest heaving. This is me. I am so anxious and nervous. It's so crazy. I'm not afraid to show it though. That's okay. Okay, here I come. Watch. Look at my chest. I am so... Look at me breathing. Oh my God. Oh my... Is there no volume? Oh, I had the desktop video turned way down. All right. No, anyway, let's see if I can find the project we're working on here. Modded to Maiden, it's called. Okay, it should be in here. Here we go. Let's see how it works. Okay, there's no sound, which sucks. So I'll have to mix in the sound on the in DaVinci Resolve. Okay, so let's go back to the start for a second. This just goes right from the arming point. So I think I've got it synced up pretty good. You can see the stick overlay. I got to learn how to move that around somewhere. Do you have to have it up there? I don't know. So it's a little gobbledygooky on auto launch. A little wishy-washy, but not too bad. I'm glad you liked it, Robert. Now, I just want you to look. I know it's hard to see through this, but look how snowy the video is. Forget about the stuff that the black box Explorer has made this. We can watch the actual raw video from the DVR too. We'll do that in a second here. But the gyros seem awful mushy. Oh, well, let's wait till we get to the part where I should have marked down where the auto tune, where I switched it into auto tune. Because I switched the OSD will switch at the same time. Okay, right there. Do you see that, how mushy that is? I mean, I come out of that roll and it is all over the place. And I am like, watch the sticks up in the upper right. Okay, so the roll, look at my, look at that. I am trying to keep that plane from mushing around. I just want to watch that roll one more time. Is it synced up right? It's so hard to tell. I got to put it in the editor and go real slow, frame by frame. Where is the roll? Where is the roll? Did I go back far enough? I didn't go back far enough. I wish there was sound. Oh, the other thing I wanted to mention is the sound is from, I also put in one of those automatic gain control microphones that is sold separately from the Rush Tank VTX. It's like a Rush AGC. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was the mode change. It went across the screen there. Okay. Let's see that. Shit. I got to understand how this works. Okay, there it is. Flight mode change on. Here, we could make this look better. Flight mode change on. Auto tune on. So that is the flight controller saying that the auto tune is on, right? I wonder what this line is. This line is put in by the Black Box Explorer video. I need to understand what that is. This green dotted line, for some reason, there were two motors in the configuration setup. I think that's what that is. So that's why that's just not doing anything. This thing I wish you could turn into an airplane over here. Okay, here we go. I'm doing the auto tune thing. Now, shouldn't these PIDs be bouncing around a little bit? Nothing is changing. Right? Is anything changing? Do you see the video? You see, I'm not that far away. I'm right there. Right at the top of the 3 there. That's where I'm sitting. And the video is shit. Look at it. It's all snowy and everything. Okay, now I'm doing pitch. Oh, it's back in acro. You can tell because the mode changed. Let's go back. Sorry, folks. But I want to understand this. That's what my plan. Okay, that's where I'm sitting. Right there. Right there. Okay, let's go to the auto tune again. I should have watched the time. Okay, 1:45. Okay, does anything change? And let's get to the point where, okay, I do the pitch, a roll, doing roll maneuvers. Just jerking the sticks around. Oh, I turned it off. Right there. Okay, so I'm glad we could do that. Oh, hi, Kevin. Is Kevin here? What is this cool overlay you are showing? This is the Black Box Explorer. So what you do is you mix the Black Box Explorer with your video and you get it lined up right, which I hope sort of is. We could see. Let's go back a little bit. I didn't pay attention to that. Okay, here we go. Let's see how here. Oh, look at that. Okay, so the center line, this pinkish reddish line, is the marker that we're at, and so that is where the time went back. You can't go back. You can only go forward in this. Damn it. Yeah, next frame. You can't. I don't know how to go previous frame. It's not W. Okay, here we go. We'll just go next frame. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. I am not even. Let's get when the snow goes away. Let's look at how far away I am. Oh, we can't tell on this. Damn it. But we're 300 meters away. That's the edge of the cornfield there, or whatever field. We're 300 meters from the spot I am flying from. Okay. Let's see how good it's lined up. Sorry, I'm entertaining myself here. Here we go. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. I'll say more about what's going on here in a second, Kevin. Sorry. Okay, there we go. We're going to see when the OSD switches off. Oh, a little bit early. 1, 2 frames early. Okay, so it's about 2 frames out of sync. You see how I can't get that line exactly lined up? It's about 2 frames out of sync. Okay, so Kevin, what this is this program here takes the black box log and your video, and you can sync it together using this kind of very crude control here, or this, and you can sync it up, and then you can render the video into a video, and you can choose the parameters that you want on here. You can do all these things. You can add graphs of see, I gotta figure out how to put the right things on. Things like what we were talking about earlier, Robert, Bonafide Pirate. He understands the logs and everything. I gotta get up to speed on some of these things. So right now we're only looking at the gyro data and the motor data, and the motor is just like the percentage. Oh, and servo 5, which it thinks is the second motor, which is the pass-through that I could never get working. Or I couldn't get any servo pass-through working. That's another story. Okay, so that's what that is. Put your stick overlay in between your satellite timer and right at the bottom. Okay, so how do you do that? How do you move it? That scrubs the timeline. View, hide, analyzer, display. I don't know what that is. Oh dear. View, hide, stick display. Okay. I want to show the stick display, but I want it to be moved. View, hide, craft display. That's that. Hide video. Okay, that just scrubs it. There's no right-click actions. View menu, overlays, video sticks. See, that's just, preferences maybe. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Stick. Here we go. Here we go. 20% position. So we want it. Let me see. Okay. Which button did I push? Preferences. So that's 20%. What is 80%? Top 80%. There we go. What did you say, Robert? Put it between your satellite and which is up there. Oh, yeah, that is smart. Robert, you're smart. Okay. So let's go back to this. Let's fix it. That's what Workshop Wednesday is all about. Let's put 60% here, and let's put 20% there. I don't like this percentage business. Size 30. Oh, we can change the size. Okay. Let's try that. Ooh, and could it go? Oh no, the video. Let's put it back over to the right a little bit. So we'll say 30%. Oh, that's pretty good. Now just down a little bit. Top 65. Let's try that. That's pretty good. Maybe 68. 68. Okay, save. There we go. That would look better. That would look way better. See, I didn't mess with any of that stuff before I rendered this thing. Where's the video? Let's go back. Okay, so auto-tune, I still think, why am I doing that? I don't know. I guess I realized I'm out of auto-tune. But I canceled auto-tune because of the sketchy video and the fact that I didn't see the PIDs changing. Okay, now let's go to the next. Oh, I totally forgot to talk about this. Let's go back. Look at this. Cruise mode. So we go to acro. Watch this. We're in cruise mode. Look at that oscillation. Look at that. Okay. And you can see that's the pitch gyro going, whoa, it's pretty sinus wave. Look at that. So as soon as you get out of cruise mode, as soon as you get out of one of the navigation modes or level modes or whatever it is, it goes back. The oscillation goes away. Now we're just doing my own. Oh, where's the stick? Oh, the stick overlay's way up there. That's I was looking for it where I just put it. I have to render the video all over again. Okay, so here we're in cruise mode again. And there you got that oscillation up and down, up and down, up and down. Auto-tune goes slow left. Okay, so, and then auto-tune goes slow. Left, slow, right, slow, left, up, down. Okay. I thought they were banging the sticks around with it. I should have read the wiki and watched what's his name's video. The German guy, the very smart German guy. Okay, so I fly around a lot, but another thing I wanted to look at was, you asked about the speed. The speed, so we're at 45% throttle. We're only burning 4.41 amps, which may seem a lot to a lot of people, maybe. But for me, it's like it's not a lot for my planes. That is so little burn. Mark, yes, thank you. You know everything, Robert. Mark. Mark has some videos on tuning his plane. And speaking of that, I mean, I totally would wish I could get my controller set up. I've looked at the iNav model, the both ones, the OpenTX models, and for modes and stuff, and it's just too much for me. My setting is pretty complex as it is, but I have to say that I want to do that incremental tuning buttons like they have in the iNav model for your radio, but I don't want to. Yeah, amp draw. You think it is? Well, okay. See, I think it is too. So anyway, let's play the video while I'm blabbing on, because I want to keep an eye on the amp draw a little bit and look, and because I just thought for me and my planes. Oh, what was that? Oh, return to home. So I'm testing return to home, and now you'll see the oscillations again. They're not as pronounced, but then they come. Look at that. Look at that. As soon as it gets straightened out, and then I turned it off. But so I need to look at what is causing those oscillations, and I need to tune that out. I've never had that issue with iNav before, but I have seen other people have it, and so I should see what they did to solve it. Seemed like somebody like Andrew Newton had one iNav. Oh, there's my dog barking at the door. What time is it? 9:06. Oh, poor dog. It's got to wait an hour. Okay, that was the mode change again. Okay. So yeah, the amps draw. Oh, my sweetie's going to take her out. Thank goodness. The amp draw is good for my, okay, so and the speed, look at, so I'm at half throttle, I'm going 100 kilometers an hour, and I'm burning 4 to 5 amps. That's pretty good for me. Now, maybe I was going down, I was pitching down during that run there when it was going higher speed, but my arrow at 70 kilometers would be at, let's say, 10 amps. I'm going to say it uses twice as many amps. So here I am. I'm going 100 kilometers an hour. That is with the wind. Okay, so with the wind, but the wind is probably only, the wind component is, I mean, here it shows like there's a 30 kilometer difference when I'm going into the wind. But the wind certainly wasn't going that. It wasn't 30 kilometers an hour that day. It was pretty light. Your PIDs won't change till you save it, but your PIDs should change on the screen dynamically in the OSD. I've watched Mark do that. Yeah, Kevin, you're right. 3 times less efficient. So this Flerken is pretty efficient, even though, I've got to catch my breath here, even though it's overweight. Now I'm bummed that I hope that changing the type, the iNav ESP32, I got to look at that. Let's go look at a browser window here. I'll do that while this is playing. Because I just want to see what the, where's that stupid window go? Oh, I lost it. There's too many windows on my screen and I don't want to ruin OBS. I got to deal with that altitude warning. Turn that off. Oh yeah, I was testing a climb here. And I'm just, again, the video is so sketchy. It's a little bit better in the DVR than it was in the goggles. But you can see how grainy it is and how staticky it is. And I'm just not used to that. It just seems, I don't know. It just seems like I didn't have enough power. But I'm not going to turn off that. It was Andrew Newton. Okay. So I'm going to review his video and see what he did to tune out that. I think the rates might help. I think upping the rates that using the rates that it uses for calculations might help, because those rates that they put in by default, 180 and 90 degrees, that's pretty anemic. Even my Giant Explorer does better. In the earlier, where was I thinking? In the earlier versions of iNav, you could definitely tell that there was a difference between when you didn't have 300 millimeters per second rates. I don't know. It just seemed like as soon as you did that, it seems like that's what we did with Kevin's Optera too. We initially put the rates in and it flew really good untuned. It flew really good untuned. That's all I want to say about it. I don't know. I keep losing my train of thought, but there's lots of things going through my head about this flight, but the video was just totally, the whole time I'll see when I watch the GoPro footage of me talking through the whole flight, which I haven't finished watching yet. But I'm no Andrew Newton and I'm no bona fide pirate, that's for sure. But I am going to try to get more serious about this and tune this plane, because I won't want to fly it if it's all mushy like this. And, oh, I know what I wanted to look up. We're going to look up the iNav ESP32 radar wiki. So let's add a tab here. Let's go here. And go ESP32 radar wiki. Okay, is there a wiki? There is a wiki. Oh, let's go back here. Back one. Video demonstrating the HUD. Oh, you've got it here. Of course you do. Let me see what that is. Not in Creator Studio. Oops. No, not in Creator Studio. Why would it do that? Click on that. Oh dear. Oh dear. Let's hope I just didn't lose my live stream. Are you still there? I hope you guys are still there. Okay, I don't know how to click on a link there and get it off of that. Isn't that crazy? Although I have to look at it later, but yes, that's the one. I'm sure that's the one. I trust in you. Let me see if I can copy and paste it. There we go. Control C. There we go. There we go. This is the
Greetings,
one.
folks. You may or may not be aware of my recent prop
poor
chop
Andrew
that was caused by this plane, the Crosswind Mini. What I was doing with the Crosswind Mini was working with Mark Hoffman of the INAV.
Mark Hoffman.
So there's something about this layout of a plane that exacerbates that pitch oscillation. It'd be interesting to work out why that is. I'll try and explain
that's the
what.
One. Yep, thank you. Thank you, Robert. So I don't think I went back and all I did was fly around. That's just me. I lost my concentration and the video, the sketchiness of the video freaked me out, and you know, I dumped all this money and time into the plane. 20 million hours of live stream. There's my favorite view right there of that river bend. I like looking at that. I mean, it flies okay. You can see it's flying all right. It's turns and stuff, but you can see with the mushiness. Look at that again. Look at that mushiness around when I do a roll, and then I stop the roll and it's just all over the place. It's like the quads were in 2018. My quads anyway. So, yeah, anyway, how far along? Oh my God, this keeps going. See, this is how unprofessional I am. So, or did it start over? Oh, it did start over, didn't it? Yes, it did. I think it did. Because we've certainly been talking more than... So let's get to the near where the landing is, because we're not going to put ourselves through watching this all over again. Let's get to the part where I almost hit the people in the middle. Okay, there was a bunch of static. And how far am I away? 200 meters. I'm not that far away from my sitting spot. I'll have to figure out what this line is in the middle. I wonder what that is. Because it doesn't line up with the reticle exactly. All right, where's my landing? I'm trying to get myself lined up for a landing into the wind, and then I'm always like, there, see, I'm trying to get myself lined up. And then I'm like, oh God, I am out of landing space. I can't land that way. So I'm turning into the wind, which is the way I should land anyway. And there I come. Oh, look at that shadow. And then, of course, the video gets sketchy when it hits the ground because the antenna is facing down. I understand that, but... Okay. So that is the video of the Maiden from the black box log perspective. We would both love it up here because you could chase that river as far as you want and no one would say anything. Yeah. Well, maybe someday we can come up there and camp out up there and because I would like that. I'd like to see the northern plains of Canada, northern Alberta. Yeah. Okay, so where are we? We're right there. No, we're not. We're on. There we are. Now let's get to this. Okay. So I can say that the plane is a success and that it flies. Everything works except possibly, well, not everything. Actually, the iNav radar may not work. So I think what I need to do for that is to set up a second flight controller with iNav radar and turn it on and see if it catches wind of this one. The other thing that doesn't work is, of course, the camera switcher and the servo pass-through, which broke my heart. Broke my heart that I couldn't get that to work. And that I don't have the extra 2 cameras. I was going to have a little camera down here. That would have been cool. I know, Robert, not into the side-facing, but a rear-facing camera, maybe you'd like that. That would be cool, too. On auto launch, I'd have the rear-facing camera. Oh, man. I love those extra camera views. That is what got me hooked to Andrew Newton initially, was he just tapes cameras on his planes pointing any which way. That's where I got that inspiration from. The whole, doing this whole thing from the beginning, that was like Bonafide Pirate more so. And then some of the ways, building techniques and things to do with cameras and stuff, that came definitely from Andrew Newton early on. So yeah, that's kind of cool. Okay, so what are we gonna do? I got 45 minutes and I'm not building anything. I've made the adjustments to this. So I think what we're going to do is work on our... Oh my gosh, look at the screws. I just found the screws I was looking for the other day. Isn't that crazy? There they are. I think we're going to work on our favorite project, which is going to be the next thing that has to be finished, because Kevin, if he's still here, speaking of... Okay, Robert, what I want to do is get these things built, because one of them is for Kevin, one of them is for me, and one of them is for Andy, and we're all going to have these combat wings. We got 3 of these combat wing setups, and we're going to go camping soon, and these things have to be finished. And if we ever came up to Canada, you need to have a combat wing with the laser tag, whatever it is. Okay, so this is what we're looking at here, is the, oh, yeah, that one. This is the combat wing setup, and I've got it all set up. So I think what we should do is figure out where I was with it, and move on to, oh, no, do I not have that hooked up? What the hell? We don't have, okay, let's take this apart. Oh, it comes right off. I didn't finish soldering this. Did I? Sure not. I swear I did all these. Okay, so this is what we're going to do on today's Workshop Wednesday. Hi, Kevin, you're here. So, yeah, Kevin's here. I hope we can go flying this weekend, Kevin. Let's go flying this weekend. Let's go flying this weekend. God darn it. School just started. Kevin and I both work at the same place. He probably has to work a lot harder than I do when school starts, but it's also hard work for me in the beginning. So I had a terrible, crazy first week, and now we're into our second week, and it's better, certainly better than the first week was. So I'm looking forward to doing some relaxing and flying. Here's what you need, Arthur. It works like a charm, and it's what I cover with all my foam board wings. Okay, I'm waiting for it. So you don't want to use 5,000 pound, 3 millimeters thick tape. This tape is so thick and so heavy. Oh my God. It's probably the worst possible tape for using for an airplane, and that's what I use. Okay, we're gonna go look at it because we're on Workshop Wednesday. We're gonna do whatever the hell we want. So we're gonna switch back to desktop center. Oh, there's our black box log. 1 second. Uh-oh, I might not have put it all there. It goes dot, dot, dot. .co, huh? Oh, .com. Hold on, that link might not quite work because of the way it's pasted in there, but let's just see. There's my flight test Flerken specs. That's probably the same page you looked up the other day. Yeah, does that work? Oh. No. Schooler office, dollarama.com. Okay, what's it called so I can search for it? Because that link isn't working. Because of the end of the link. The dot, dot, dot doesn't seem to p dot something. I don't want careers. I just want Dollarama. Yes, let's fly. All right. Middle stick. That's what I was searching for. Okay, what is it? It's got to be like paper laminating film, right? Oh, I haven't changed the screen. Shit. There. Now you can see what I'm doing. I am such a terrible YouTuber. Holy smokes. That's why I didn't invite the... No. Studio Protector. What is that? I've never heard of such things. 3-ring binder sheet protectors. Okay, then what am I supposed to do with them? Melt them on with iron? Iron on? 3-ring binder sheet protectors. So this one's Studio. 50 sheets per packet. $72. Holy shit, inflation. 8.5 by 11. Okay. Well, I'd have to look at that. Stuff I sent you comes in a roll. Okay. Well, I just can't see that whole link is the problem. All right, well, I'll search for it. Give me that number at the end of the URL, this number right here. 3051003. What's that number on your link? That's what'll get me there, I think, if I do Dollarama and then Google that number. Because the link won't work. Anyway, okay, I'm wasting time. But that is interesting. I have some other laminating film that I have tried on some foam, but not on foam board. And I need to try it on, I think I might have tried it on foam board a little bit, but okay, what have I done here? We're back to this. So, have I made a connection? No. So we're going to have to take this apart. I've got all the other wiring harnesses made, I think, except for, now what should I do about this? What are we going to do about this connection here? This is what we're going to do for the rest of the time, is I'm going to fiddle with this. It's probably a good thing I didn't ask people on Facebook to pay attention. Okay, how is this all going to get in there? This is the problem with I need to shorten these wires and not do this. I need to build it professionally. Yeah, that's what I'm going to have to do. Because this is just too much It's just too much to stuff in here. Especially with that flight controller right there. Yeah. Okay. Even if I had just those pointing the other way out. Or something. Or just cut the heat shrink off the end of that. That's the first thing we're going to try. I want to see how much I'm going to have to cut off of here. Because... Oh, anyway, so that to get these combat wings done shouldn't take much, I say famously, last words. But I do want to make sure we have INAV 5 on it, and I do want to get one built and get it out in the field and tune it. Since I'm trying to learn how to tune. See there, we can bend it now. And then we can have some room. Especially if I put it in at an angle like that. Like that. Okay, so I think I will put some little pigtails with... Here at 2 minutes ago I was going to make the wires shorter, and now I'm going to add more wires to it. Now I'll just solder that directly. We're going to solder these directly to the flight controller. And we got to do that pin S1 again. I promise not to go into a Maytech rant this time. I will not go into a Maytech rant this time. But we are going to have to solder that worst part to this. And then I got to do it 2 more times. I have to go check on something really quick. Darn it. I have to check on something here. Oh, darn it. Where is the plug for the... My soldering iron's unplugged. 1 sec, you guys. Okay, I got it back. Soldering iron's heating up. And what are we going to do? We are going to take this apart very carefully. So we can hook it all. Oh, maybe we should hook it all up real quick first. Yes. We're not going to use the ESC. We're just going to hook it up to a battery. We're going to work it to the charging station only battery. Because I ruined this battery too. I let it get down to 2.0 volts per cell. Okay, let's turn on the VTX. Let's see if the VTX screen is activated. That's number 8. Oh yeah, we've got number 8. Let's plug in the battery and see if we get any VTX action. And look at that. Okay, so we do have FPV combat hooked up properly. Got lots of missiles there. And the camera's working. And the race 3, I'm on race 3, power level 4. And, whoop, holy crap. That VTX really that shitty? I'm moving it around. Look at what I'm doing here. I'm doing that. Oh dear. Oh no. And that's what I'm getting. I'm doing that. And I'm getting that. Oh, no, it's not doing it anymore. What's causing that? What's causing that to happen? Which connector is it? Oh, can't make it do it anymore. Interesting. Okay, that's working so far. Woo! That's a tight connection. Okay, so it looks like this wiring scheme is at least mostly correct. And we'll have to, let's hook it up to the professor and see our OSD settings. Let's do that first before we do anything. Let's get the flight controller working on iNav 5. So, laptop is 2. 4. No. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Thank you. And the snow you could be getting in your power lead is the power lead that goes by your VTX. The power lead that goes by my VTX, yeah. Well, I'm going to have to look at pictures of that and see, because now it's buried in there. And I swear I had that forward enough, several centimeters away, but I'll take a look at that. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. I thought part of what I was trying to do with that plane was keep everything spread out as much as possible, since I felt like I had a huge amount of fuselage space. But again, I can't build my planes like Bonafide Pirate does. That's for sure. One of these days, though. One of these days, I'm going to build one that's, let's say, 75% of what his planes are. Okay, let's see what version of iNav we have on here. So we're going to plug this into the professor here. This is a F411 WSE flight controller. Focus. Okay, let's connect. And of course it goes to the CLI version 4.0. Okay, so let's do a diff all, and then copy to clipboard. Let's go here, we'll do our thing again, new window, and we're gonna, can we name these windows? I forget if we can name Visual Studio Code windows. Can't remember. Guess not. Guess you gotta have a workspace and have a named workspace. Okay, new file. Control N, Control V, paste, and then we're gonna save it as. Up. What did I do? Wrong button. Save as. And desktop where I put this stuff? I forget. Okay, so we'll call this new folder. Oh, I'm on the wrong thing. New folder. This is the FPV Combat Wing 425. Put it in there. And let's call this diffall all.txt. txt. I hate that it does that. That's one thing about Visual Studio Code. It's when they try to use the stupid Windows dialog box with some thinking of what you want. Okay, now let's do a dump all. Let's clear output history. Sorry. Whoops. There we go. Dump all. Just in case, I like to have the whole thing. Copy to clipboard. And there's my thing. And then we're going to do Control N. And then we're going to Control V. And then Control S. And then, don't shell script me, you stupid, stupid dialog box. Visual Studio Code is so awesome in so many ways, and then it's got stupid stuff like that happen. Okay, so now that we have that, we can just do the whole, I'm not going to do the screenshots and all that. I know how to get my modes and all that now. I'm confident enough in my small set of abilities. Look at all these servos. What the hell? What is going on there? Oh, we can't get there. Okay, so let's disconnect. Let's find out what's going on there. Let's go to iNav4. Come on, iNav4. Come on, iNav4. Nope. Connect. Connecting. Is the plane that crooked? Oh my God, it's not. It's perfectly flat on the table. And it's calibrated. Why is it? Why is this happening? Does it have that much drift? I know I calibrated this sucker, and it shows it's calibrated. We're going to do it again. Now it's in the same position. Let's see what it looks like on the screen. Oh, it's still crooked. Are we really that crooked? No, we are not. We are flat. We are flat, flat, flat. That is not flat. Shit, that means I'm going to have to recalibrate it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I'm not going to do that now, though. Sorry, we won't waste your time. Okay, let's just look at the servos. Yeah, there's only 2 servos. Let's look at the mixer. Add new mixer rule. I'm just curious, just for fun. I want to put it on servo. Oh, it does it. You can see under S5. Why does it do that? Why can't I adjust the output mapping? That part just, I miffed about that. I'm never going to not be miffed about that. I don't know why, but I just find that to be fucking stupid. It's stupid. Okay, so here we go. We got, this is to demonstrate why I don't do black box logging or iNav radar or all the other things you could do, camera control, with these F411 WSEs, because here's my ports. There they are. Take care, Robert. I have a trailer that needs spraying. Second coat. Have a great weekend. Great week and weekend. You too, Robert. You too. Thanks for joining along, my most faithful viewer. And again, I could have tried to get more people to watch by going on Facebook and all the groups that I'm on and things and Discord and things and do stuff, but I'm kind of afraid, to be honest, right now. Because of this, I'm not organized. But I was, even though Robert's not here, I was chatting with him earlier about this situation with the soft serial ports. And I'm using SmartPort for the telemetry. I'm using TBS audio for the other soft serial. So I don't have the ability to do it. Now I want to see the tuning and rates here real quick, if I adjusted those or not. If not, what to do? Okay, nope. All right, so now we're going to disconnect and we're going to put iNav 5 on this and we're going to do the calibration and everything all over again. That's what we're going to do. And I'm going to find a way to hold it level on the bottom side, because I've got this giant contraption here. All right, let's disconnect here. This is what we're going to do. Let's disconnect, switch to this camera, change my glasses real quick. And then for the next Wednesday live stream, we will be I will hopefully be more organized and ready to work on this completely, but at least we'll get the firmware settled out. There's the camera. There's the VTX. Oh, I wanted to leave that one in. We'll leave that one in. VTX ground. And we take this one out. Oh, that's why we were getting the jitteries. That wasn't in all the way. Aha, good, that makes sense. Okay, so now we don't have the camera or the VTX connected to this gobbledygook. So what we can do is, let's practice. We're going to have to hold it upside down. And what I was thinking is I could use that to hold it level that way. Sort of like that. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So I should check the level of this table at some point, but okay, so let's go to the laptop. So Kevin, if you're still here, let's plan on trying to fly this weekend and test out your Optera and get it. We can make sure that I'm going to look at the camera here and talk to you. Oh, no, I'm not going to do it that way. There we go. We should bring your Optera and I'll bring the professor here and we can make sure we have like an auto tune set up and see if we can auto tune the plane, and tell me if you need me to bring a camera and stuff like that. An FPV camera. I've got plenty. I should have plenty anyway. Anyways, okay. I'd like to fly. I want to fly. Yes, want to fly. Want to fly. I don't want to fly by myself. I like to fly with my flying friends. Okay, let's hook up the professor. Laptop. Why is this way over here today? Oh, let's put it over here a little bit. We're going to go for 15 more minutes. And we'll see if we can get the firmware flashed on here. Just lost that. We're in the wrong configurator, so now we're going to go to configurator 5.1. we're going to double check our target. If we look at the very top of either of these two files that I've saved, it will say the target, and that's Maytech F411 SE. So yes, that's what we want. So let's go to, oh, we have to boot it with the button. Okay, so you have to boot it with the button. So let's get it in DFU mode. And now you can see it's in DFU mode. I pushed the button while plugging it in. There's a button on top of the flight controller. F411. That will filter out the targets for us. That's the Maytech F411W, or just SE. And we are going to put 5.1.0 on here. Now, let us quickly just look at the wiki for iNav releases 4.x to 5.0 firmware update procedure. Use iNav configurator CLS to make a diff. Store the diff output. Download 5.0 configurator, full chip erase, connect configurator, and restore the diff. We're going to try that. Go team, go. Full chip erase. Firmware, load firmware online. Load firmware online. Firmware is loaded. Flash firmware. Flashing. This is the part that'll take a while, so I won't touch the flight controller while it's doing that. It's like watching paint dry. That's how they go. That's how it goes around here. Okay. I think it's finished. Programming successful. So now let's just connect. Let's just hit the connect button. Okay, airplane without a tail. Excuse me. Rebooting. We are definitely off. So we're definitely going to do the calibration again. So what we're going to do is just do each one at a time. So we do, and I'll try to show it here. Well, I don't know. What's better to show? Is it better to show me screwing around with the flight controller or me doing this? So basically you hold it. So I'm just holding it flat. Then I'm going to click the button. Okay. So now I'm going to hold it off this way. This way, upside down. And I'm going to try to click the button and not move it at the same time. So we're going here. I'm holding it still. And oh, I screwed it up. I'm going to do it again. God darn it. This is not easy to do. I need to make a little device for it. Okay. So now we hold it this way. Oh, that's not going to work either. Holy smokes. Now, that's not good. It shouldn't have gotten two of those at the same time. We're going to get out of that. It's not going to save it. Let's go back. Oh. Let's disconnect. We're not going to save that. Maybe that's what went wrong last time. Look at that. It's not shaking like that, really. Oh dear. Okay, it looks like we're going to have to disconnect and remove the power, because we didn't save it. Sounds good. Need 9x6 and a camera. Have a camera, and it is sporting new paint. I bet you it looks nice. I might have a 9x6. I have an 8x8, which would also be good for that. I think even an 8x4.5 would be okay. Okay, let's go back to calibration here. Let's try this again. I'm holding it flat. That's what I'm doing. I'm holding it flat. Save and reboot. Oh, not save and reboot. What an idiot. I'm not doing this very smartly here. Calibration. Calibrate accelerometer. Here we go. See, now it shows it's not calibrated. Okay. I'm going to try to hold it still. This is very difficult. I need to make a jig to calibrate this thing. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to go this direction. Okay, it only did one, which is good. Okay, now we're going to go this direction. Okay, now we're going to go this direction. And then we're going to go, which direction is it? This direction, I think. This direction. Okay. Save. I think we have successfully calibrated. Now we're holding it flat on the table. Let's go back to the setup screen. Oh my. Look at that. What is wrong with this picture? Oh my God, there's a screw underneath, and when I'm pushing it down, I don't know, it just doesn't seem, it doesn't seem right at all. Okay, let's go to this configuration here and see something. Yaw degrees. Oh, this is not good, folks. This is not good at all. There's something wrong here with my mounting. my God, have I cracked the whole? No. Let me set it in the plane. That is like in there. Okay, let's see how it looks now. Oh my God. Okay, guys. That is sitting flat in the flight controller caddy. Exactly how it's going to be mounted. We'll reset to Z. That is not good. That is not good at all. Dear. Oh dear. I think I'm going to end the stream here because this is something I'm going to have to figure out. Why is that so far off? It wouldn't be the mixer. There's nothing wrong with them. Oh, let's look at, oh. One of these has a different, not an NPU 6000, or maybe it's the BM, it's the barometer that's different. Yeah, it's the barometer. That's not going to matter. That's not going to matter. Oh, shit. Maybe my accelerometer is bad. Oh my God. Okay, I want to try to do it again with it inside the airplane. Calibrate accelerometer. One more time. What can go wrong? Okay, here we go. Okay, now we're going to hold it upside down. Let me get the junk out of the inside the airframe here. Airframe. It's only the pod. I need to get a right angle USB stick. Okay. Oh my God, I'm going to have to put my chin on the thing. I'm going to try to hold it here and click. It didn't work. It didn't freaking work because I can't hold it down and press the button at the same time. There. There we go. Okay. Now we're going to do it on the side. Okay. Now we're going to do it on the other side. Oh my God, this is so hard. I need a foot switch. Okay. Now we're going to do it. Oh, fuck. Oh my God. I could do this if I didn't have to press the damn mouse button. That's the part that I can't get done. Shit. Oh my God. You guys can't see what I'm trying to do here. Okay, now this way. Okay, this is probably the worst part of iNav. Does this remind you of remember you rotating your up tear around in circles? Oh my God, it's finished. Holy freaking crap. Oh my God. Now let's see how far off it is now. Oh, it's still way off. I don't understand. What am I doing wrong? It's not as bad, but it's like 3 degrees off. Roll 0.3 degrees. Well, there. 2.5 degrees. And then when I have it level, oh no. Yeah. That is definitely not level. Is my table that far off? Maybe my table's that far off. That I'll have to check. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to end this stream. Yeah, it's time to go. Time to go. I need the right thing. Thanks for watching. Next week, we will definitely be doing these FPV combat wings. We have to get them done. Kevin is patiently waiting, very patiently, and so is Andy, because it's like a year ago. A year ago. That's when I was supposed to be making these things. So, thanks. Oh, I got to get this thing right. I have to get this thing right. I have to get it right. Number 6, right? Yep, number 6. So thanks for watching. Once again, I really appreciate it. See you next Wednesday.